Spiritual Dessert Trews, episode 37 for Russell Brand and other people. All right, I promised one. I think I promised one outside. You know, like in nature, in my plants, my lovely, adorable peach tree, which should be in the ground, but it likes being potted up here. So we're still working on biocentrism, and I'm in my natural state of natural state, but except in a hat. Let's see. It's about to get kind of interesting. We're still in Where's the Universe. It's really hard to decide what to read to you. It's just too much. In reality, recent experiments show conclusively that the brain's electrochemical connections and its neural impulses traveling at 240 miles per hour cause decisions to be made faster than we're even aware of them. In other words, the brain and mind, too, operate all by itself without any need for external meddling by our thoughts, which also incidentally occur by themselves. Sorry, the book's always involved. So control, too, is largely an illusion. As Einstein put it, we can will ourselves to act, but we cannot will ourselves to will. The most cited experiment in this field. All right, so going back to a quarter century ago, he hooked up an EEG monitor, which he called the readiness potential of the brain, and he monitored that. Naturally, electrical signals always precede actual physical actions. But wanted to know whether they also predicted subjects' subjective feeling of intention to act. In short, is there some subjective self who consciously decides things, thereby setting in motion the brain's electrical activities that ultimately lead to the action? Or is it the other way around? Subjects are therefore asked to note the position of the clock's second hand when they first felt the initial intention to move their hand. It's getting interesting. Perhaps not surprising, unconscious, unfelt brain electrical activity occurred at a full half of a second before there was any conscious sense of decision making by the subject. More recent experiments, 2008, analyzing separate higher order brain functions have allowed his research team to predict up to 10 seconds in advance which hand that the subject is about to raise. Pretty incredible. This and other experiments prove that the brain makes its own decisions on a subconscious level, and people only later feel that they have performed a conscious decision. So it's just completely true that you feel something first, and then you alter the universe by your feeling to prove you're right. Well, that's the way it's felt anyway, because it seems that you can predict it up to 10 seconds before. So, and that's supposed to be outside of what you're needing to know. It brings us right down to this second principle of biocentrism. So that first principle was that we perceive as reality is a process that involves our consciousness. And without that consciousness, it doesn't really exist. Second principle, our external and internal perceptions are inextricably intertwined. They are different sides of the coin and cannot be separated. So pretty much we are all of everything. And now we're finding some proof. We're on chapter 6. Should we continue? Should you go Betty bye? Time existence cannot be found between the tick-tock of a clock. It's the language of life, and as such is most powerfully felt in the context of human experience. Alright, so now he's talking about his sister, Beverly, otherwise known as Bubbles, and he recalls a time when, it's really sweet, he's a little boy, and she defended him. He, I don't know, she took the brunt of a lot of pain usually, but that's what older sisters are for. He just doesn't remember exactly how he was on the sidewalk, but some neighborhood boys had pushed him to the ground, and he was sobbing for them to let him go and for let him to get up. And he was still on the ground, and he was cold, and he was hurt, and he was upset. And he saw his sister running up the street. And when she reached the bus stop, she gave this older boy a look that I could see. She created instant fear for his own safety. I feel indebted to her for that alone. She said, "You touch my little brother ever again, and I will punch you in the face." Yes, I had always been a favorite of hers. I suppose, in fact, the earlier remembrance I have of my childhood was with her. Aww, so sweet. She'd hand me a cup of sand, and she'd pretend, "It's medicine. Drink this, and you'll feel better." Oh my God. Do you remember mud pies? You would just like make something in the sandbox and think like, "We could drink this. This is good." You'd get an earful though if you put it to your mouth. Kids used to drink dirt. I don't know. Do we have worse? I just discussed this yesterday. Do we have worse chemicals that are much more dangerous? I mean, plastic is dangerous. If you melted it in the microwave and ate some of it, it'd be really dangerous. I don't even use the microwave anymore. It's like yeah, it's a furniture, sort of like the DV. It's just forgotten. It's obsolete. So thank God for internet. We can actually be honest. No one's censoring this. Thank God. There we are. That's your spiritual nutrition for the day outside. I don't know. We might tape some more of these. See if they turn out alright. Kind of dark. Aren't they purple? The sky's kind of bright and light. Oh well. Nighty night. Kiss kiss.